It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 10, Episode 10, Like a Bat Out of Nail. Before I start, y'all make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure you like the video so I can stay in the algorithm, alright? Alright, so the episode picks up with Trisha and Sharon. They meet up to eat. And Latricia is catching Sharon up on everything that's been going on. I will say this. The outfit Latricia had on, she looked absolutely beautiful. I started following her on IG, and she can sing. I don't know if y'all knew that, but she can absolutely sing. Okay? So she tells Sharon that Ken left for a couple days, and then he came back. And Sharon thinks that Ken is bringing balance to Trisha's life, and I was like, okay, nobody can bring you balance. You have to find your own balance. I get it, there's the yin to your yang, and that's fine, but until Trisha get what she need mentally and emotionally, like sitting on somebody's couch, actually getting a therapy, I don't think any relationship she have will work out, like even if it's Ken or anybody else. Anyway, she tells Sharon about her counseling session. She gets really emotional, and as I'm watching this whole scene, Trisha is still trying to be stoic, and that is all she know. And they said a lot when she said her father was in the military. So I feel like that's where the stoicism comes from. Like, I think that comes from her dad, with the, just very militant, So Trisha said, Sharon lets Trisha know, I've never seen you cry. And, Trisha was like, she keep telling herself that crying is just a weak emotion. And Sharon is reassuring her that, hey, that's not true. Like, you can cry. All right? So Trisha let Sharon know it's really hard to be close to people because people leave. And Sharon was like, yeah, I know, because, I think that's what their friendship was like. I think it was hard for Sharon to crack Latricia open, because Latricia just thinks in her mind people are going to leave. She said she went to her parents' gravesite for the first time since her parents had passed away. And she said she had a hard time. No, she didn't say that. She said she finally allowed herself to cry. I think that was really a good thing. I think, look, like for Trisha, that's progress. Like, that's a lot of progress. And kudos to Trisha for healing, for like making yourself heal. But for you, not for nobody else, but you're doing this for you. She just has a hard time expressing her emotions. Like, I think she thinks that's weird. And again, we've been taught that so much that if we show some type of emotion, here comes somebody telling us that we are not allowed to show our emotions. Y'all know I always got some weird story. So when my mom passed, I was all good. I was like not crying. And the funeral director kept asking me, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And the music started. I was like, here we go. I didn't say nothing. My brother, he had to come get me because I was sitting at the front of the church. I didn't want to walk in with people. That meant if I walk in with y'all, if I go to the back and I walk in, what I'm looking at is real. I wanted to sit in my own delusion. So my brother grabbed my hand. He was like, well, we got to go. And I walked to the back of the church. I was still greeting people like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Got to the back of the church. I asked this one lady, and shout out to her. I said, are you okay? She was like, yeah. She was the usher. She was my grandmother's church friend. And she said, I said, are you okay? She said, yeah, I'm okay, but are you okay? And after that, it was just downhill from there. I was like, down goes Frazier, because I was and I was so embarrassed because people was watching, and I didn't want that. I didn't, because I don't want that. I don't want that. But we evolve and we change, and we become better people. Okay, shout out to my mama, shout out to my brother. Okay. I'm just saying, it's not an easy thing to do when you're taught to be, don't cry, you get hit, you better not cry, you just hit me. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all, I'm sorry to steer off, but it's just, I think a lot of us know about this. And I will say this, if you're watching this and you're one of those people who has had a family that's allowed you to emote, and you're growing up, you were always allowed to emote in any type of way that that your family allowed, that it was good and healthy and all of the things, shout out to y'all, because it's hard when you was never allowed to emote. And so even when we talk about the black man, how men, not just black men, but men have taught other men not to cry, that is crazy. That is crazy to me, y'all. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, Kimmy, Destiny, Trisha, and Letitia meet up. Where is Nell? Why nobody invited Nell? So Kimmy, I'm assuming, is she like the nucleus of the group now? But I guess she want to keep the girls along. She said, in order for that to happen, everybody has to connect. Everybody has to come together, but not everybody is there. So there is that. So Destiny is late, of course, girl. Anyway, Kimmy said she didn't invite Nell because Nell was planning the fletivity, whatever that is, the flativity scene. I don't know, the whole Fletcher game night. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it. The messy ass Fletcher's game night. It actually was nice. It was really nice but we'll get there. So, Destiny messy ass decided to say, oh, I thought she wasn't coming because Tisha was here. And so Tisha was like, well, what you mean? Okay. And they then start to talk about, Nell said, keep your name out of your mouth, yada, yada, yada. But then they talk about this whole Lance situation. Twan, she tells them about the Lance Twan of it all situation. So the ladies now, they're talking about Nell and how Nell said that everybody basically needs to just stay out of her business, keep their name out of her mouth. Trisha said she said it, and Destiny said she said it, and Tisha and Kimmy is like, we don't know what she's talking about. Okay, so we get to the messy ass Fletchers, and Nell is wearing this pink off the shoulder outfit, all into one outfit. She looked really cute. Okay, but then I don't know if y'all noticed, but she wore that same outfit in a confessional, but she just got it in green. Okay, Nell must have that outfit in every color. Okay, same shoulder was out in everything. Nell got it in what was that, army fatigue green and hot pink. Okay, it is what it is. So now, okay, we get to everybody starts to arrive to the game night. All right, Nell asked Kimmy about, because I'm assuming Trisha told Nell that they were invited to make soap and do the soap event. And so Nell asked Kimmy, hey, why wasn't I invited? Which is a valid question. Like, you did not invite her. It didn't hurt. Yes, she was planning for this event, but it is nice to say, hey, Nell, I'm planning such and such and such. And it also feel like a production thing. to plan the soap event on the same day as game night, so there can be some sort of conflict about that. I'm never not taking my eye off of production, but it could have been like, hey, now, me and the girls are gonna go do X, Y, and Z, and sorry y'all, to extend that invite would have been nice, or even just change the date. Just change the date. Just change the date. All right. Nell thinks that what they've done, the fact that they didn't invite her, she thinks that it is intentional. And one would feel a way about what's actually happening. So again, I wasn't mad at Nell. Anyway, everybody comes in, everybody does their pleasantries and all of the things. It feels fake, it feels forced. I just don't understand why this show is still on. But we're just gonna keep rolling on this gravy train. So Nell says she don't know if Destiny and Lance are together, because everybody's asking where's Destiny and where's Lance, and I just don't understand, why is that everybody's business? Why is everybody in between this lady legs? Like, that pissed me off. Anyway, Martell comes in with a jacket on. Everybody notices Martell's jacket because underneath the jacket is a t-shirt. He went to a print shop, got a shirt with him and Arion's picture on it. And it's just like, Martell, please give us a break with this dumbass shit. Like, we are really over this, okay? I am. If you with this lady, bring the lady on the show. At this point, just bring on the show. Okay? The show has already gone to hell for quite some time now, for years now. But we're still here. Okay? Destiny walks in with Will. And Ken is looking like, why nobody ain't tell me? Like a deer in headlights. Like a deer with it, I guess what they call it, like a deer with his head caught in headlights or something. I don't know. But we find out that Will actually slid into Destiny's DMs. And Destiny basically said she can do whatever she want with whomever she want because she's grown. And I feel like y'all making this lady out to be a thought is not okay. But hold on, Destiny. You cannot make yourself visible in this circle of men group of losers, because that's what they are, and fuck niggas. But you constantly go from this, you're going from this to this, and optics look bad. And I'm not saying that Destiny can't do what she wants because she's grown. I just don't think that anybody should dictate what she's doing with her private parts. Period. However, when it comes to, if we're going, with Destiny, optics, lady, it looks bad. It looks bad. But again, she can do what they want. She can do what she wants. So they play the game. The games were really fun. I absolutely like the spoon game. It's like musical chairs, but I think they had called it musical spoon. And so the men go out, they go sit out and they talk about how Martell and Marceau are cool now, I guess. And then Kimmy goes to Letitia. The ladies are sitting together. Nell is talking with Lance's date because he did walk in with somebody because he felt like Destiny was gonna come in with somebody. And I'm just like, Lance is a child. Lance is a child in a grown man's body. Like, you brought somebody because you felt like Destiny was going to bring somebody. I cannot. So Kimmy tells Letitia that she should have a conversation with Nell. She doesn't want to. Why are we forcing them to have a conversation when they don't want to? They don't really fool with each other like that. So Kimmy goes over to Nell and asks her to chat. Nell looking at her like, girl, what the fuck you want? Okay. Kimmy wants Nell to go outside to talk to Tisha. She'll be a mediator. Just leave Nell alone. The lady is having a good time. She don't want to be bothered. She don't want to talk to Tisha. Like, y'all forcing stuff that's not there. Kimmy, stop trying to produce a scene. And we can't get shit out of you. Like, and I like Kimmy, but I just don't like this. Sometimes I do feel like Kimmy don't like Nell like that. They don't like Nell like that. And it shows. Anyway, Kimmy asked Nell if she said to keep my name out your mouth. And Nell said, yeah, I did say that. Like, I will say this. She's going to stand on what she said. So, hey. But I think sometimes I need this lady to remember the stuff that she said. So, they pan back to the men. And I want to say this. Destiny, if you ever stumble across this damn video, please note that you're dealing with fuck niggas. And every last one of them, like, took joy in laughing at Destiny just because Will asked, can anybody tell me anything about Destiny? If you want to know about Destiny, go ask Destiny yourself. You're going to sit with a pack of niggas who never been between her legs or who never known her intimately to tell you about her when you can go ask her about her. I don't understand. It's like, what do you want? Do you want to know if she's a hoe and she gonna give you sloppy toppy by the end of this game night? Well, fuck you. Okay, I like you, but I don't. It's just dumb. It's I don't like this. Y'all keep trying to play this lady like she's some type of hoe. Like, I just feel like they're trying to play Destiny. And also, Ken says that basically, in so many words, Ken is for a good time, not a long time. And Will said he liked how Destiny looked in her bodysuit. And not one time did Martell say, you know what, y'all, that's my homegirl. You know, don't do that, because Martell is a degenerate. Martell is dumb. Okay? And again, y'all just gonna sit there and laugh, but hey, look at the way they treat their spouses. I don't expect nothing less. Okay. Anyway, who do we get to now? Sorry, y'all. My daughter just walked in the door. So this conversation with Nell and Tisha isn't going anywhere. All of the hoes are messy AF. Thank you. All of the hoes are messy AF. They really don't like each other. They like each other. I just don't think some of them don't like Nell. I think Tisha and Kimmy don't like Nell. I think the other two ladies like Nell. But again, Nell is a part of the cast, and I just don't like. It's triggering to me when I feel like, you know, people are being excluded. But I also don't like that you have to invite people to spaces where you really don't fool with them. So it's you know, it I guess it is what it is, y'all. I don't know. Kimmy is still trying to check Nell. Nell has made it very clear. You know, I did say what I said, and I told y'all why I said keep my name out of your mouth. They keep asking her. They keep telling Nell, you're yelling. Nell has a tone, but she wasn't yelling. Like, she was just like, I don't want to talk about this. Y'all keep saying why. You keep saying you're yelling. And so that's going to make one mad. Okay? They're going to get mad, and then they're going to yell. And just because you're saying it like this, Tisha, does not mean it's coming off in a way where you're not trying to be combative or messy, because you do little bullshit like that where you come off combative and messy. Okay, so Kimmy tells Nell, I would keep yelling at me and I'm gonna dump your ass in the pool, or she, it was the other way around. But Nell was like, you ain't gonna dunk a motherfucking thing, okay? So both of them get up, and everybody's telling Nell, yeah, Nell, but you're yelling, and it's just a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff for me. Kimmy, everybody goes into the house. So the men come out, break shit up. Destiny get in. I don't know if Kimmy fell down, back down on the seat, but everybody's trying to diffuse of his situation. The men are trying to make them make up and trying to make them hug it out. At this point, they hug it out. They apologize. Nell, that apology was not an apology, Nell. Ma'am, you might want to try that again, especially at your big old age. I'm sorry for yelling, but I really was not. Whatever. I can't tell people how to apologize. Kimmy says she has a short fuse for when people start to yell. You know what? Cool. Kimmy has a short fuse. That's cool. All right, we good on that. Tisha says she not apologizing to Nell for a whole ass thing. If you want an apology, go get it from Anita Baker. Don't get it from me. This is the end of my review. And I will see y'all tomorrow for the return of Bel Air. All right.